that wasn't recording. That's happened before on a demo one. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So, okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Apartment 40 podcast. I'm your host, as always, Peter Rocha. Today, I'm co-hosted with Sammi J.
What's up, y'all?
Thank you so much for coming on the show, Sammi.
Of course.
To help us out.
Yeah.
Today's guest, she's a very, very close friend of mine. Grew up together in the church. She did 3 years of missionary work in Honduras, working with orphans and displaced children. She runs her own essential oils business, working with holistics and natural products. Welcome to the show, Regan. How's it going?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Yep. Awesome. Well, let's get into this. So I know you've been doing a lot of your like autumn time decorating, like your home decor. How's that been going?
Great.
Yeah.
Do you get it like off of like where do you get your ideas? Do you get it off like Pinterest, or is it just like your own creative imaginative thing? Because I like do the same thing, but like everything's like Pinterest and then with a twist.
For the most part, I just like go to Target or like Walmart and just find like cheap stuff that like, I feel like kind of matches my style, and I just like put it in my home and then make it work. And either I hate it or I love it, and either way I like figure out how to make it cute.
Okay.
For the most part, I feel like I hate a lot of like the popular stuff, like the really like farmhousey looking like ears of corn type stuff.
Yeah.
I don't at my house.
The
Like,
scarecrows and stuff.
I don't like the cotton. I think that's weird.
The cotton, yeah.
I don't think cotton's appropriate to put in anybody's home.
No,
like,
not during
I have
these
some at my
times.
front door, but it's so hard to find like white floral. Like,
Yeah.
it's, like,
Yeah.
decent. And that's like I could get like you can't have like white leaves or like nothing like that's super cute. So that's why I have it, but I'm not like tied to it. Like everything's temporary.
Are you in Chicago? You said, yeah.
So I guess it's like a thing. Like I'm not allowed to say I'm from Chicago or like living in Chicago, because if a real Chicagoan heard me, they'd be like, no, you don't live in Chicago.
Oh, that's like Stockton and Lodi.
Suburb.
Okay. Do you guys have like a Hobby Lobby out there and stuff, or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah, Hobby Lobby is my store. I was there twice today.
Yeah, no, there's some things at Hobby Lobby that I was looking at. I want to get for like the set.
Yeah.
I think there's one that says like home cinema's always playing, and I was like, it's like a chalkboard. I was gonna write in apartment.
Oh, that's
40
cool.
on it.
Yeah, there's always that 40% off coupon too. So
Yeah,
that comes in handy.
they're
all
always
the time.
having like crazy deals.
I don't honestly. I was just talking about this last night with my husband. I don't think they're crazy deals. I think they're just what you should be paying instead of the insane amount of price that can be on there. Because things can get expensive like quick.
Yeah, there's like one piece that was like $50, and I was like, how's that $50?
Yeah, exactly. So I think they just do that to bring people in, because they know if they didn't have those sales, no one would go in there.
Yeah.
At least I wouldn't. But
I have a really hard time paying full price for anything, like clothes, decorations, like anything. And so for the most part, if I can make it, I'll make it. Or I just go to like any kind of thrift store. I usually go thrift shopping like 2 or 3 times a week. Don't tell Caleb, my husband. But I try and find and repurpose as much as I can from the thrift stores, because I love them.
I wonder what the thrift stores out there are like, because the ones out here, I don't like the ones out here.
The ones that
I've actually heard that before. And the ones in California, like my family owns thrift stores in
Roseville, Rockland area.
Those are great. Those are like the winners.
Yeah, those are good ones.
Yeah.
It's when you like get away from like the big cities is where you find like the better things. So like there's nothing good like in actual like in Chicago, and if you do find that's like a good find, it's super expensive.
Yeah.
Like the best ones are the little like mom and pop ones that are like just the little like corner store that has no idea what's in style or not style. So you get like a really cute like 70s style tray for like $1.50, and you're like, I'll just take that, no big deal.
Yeah.
I feel like anything mom and pop is way better.
Yeah.
Like food,
Well, that's
businesses.
like, I went to go get, I had to pick up some last minute equipment for today's episode.
Right.
Like, obviously, for everyone watching at home, things definitely upgraded at the set. So I had to pick up some extra things, and some of the stuff I got at this place here in Stockton called Bill's Music Shop, which is on Pacific.
Yeah.
And, it's I went in, I was able to talk to the dude, and I guess he's been doing music for so many odd years. He's he was in the music business in Stockton back when this was there and that was there. And it was cool because he didn't have everything I was looking for, but he explained the mixer I got. He was able to talk a little bit about it.
Right.
I'm like, you can't get that at Amazon or
Walmart,
so.
or Best Buy. It's some random teenager's like, oh, it's over there, and it's not even over there.
Yeah, and then I got the GoPro at Best Buy today, and I was like, oh, I tried to ask some questions. They're like, you want it or not? And I'm like, I guess. Sheesh. I'll take it. But no, I like mom and pop shops.
I do too. Yeah, I love them. I wish they had more mom and pop art stores.
Yeah.
Cause then that could make cause my art page that would make my art page go up because they know people that would be interested in what I'm doing. It's a struggle, but Hobby Lobby, they're cool. They're really interested in they kind of seem interested in what I'm doing, but they're kind of yeah, cool, next
Yeah.
So I wish they had more of those.
Push things along, but I like what Regan's doing. Regan has a lot of nice home decor that she made. I saw her. The one that caught my attention was I don't know if it was grapefruit or oranges, but
It
she's
was oranges and lemons and limes.
There you go. Yeah, so a whole bunch of citrus fruits. She
She
sliced them up really thin and then baked them and then had them hanging on strings. And,
oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's super summery and cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. My sister-in-law has it in her house, and I was like, how'd you do that? She's like, oh, I just baked it. And I was like, you just baked it? So yeah, look up it on YouTube. So I looked it up, and it was you just slice them thin, and then you put them on a baking, a cooling rack that you put cool cookies on, and then you put that on top of a cookie sheet so it catches the juices. Then you bake that. I think I did it on 250 for 3 hours, just so, because you don't want to burn them.
Right.
You're just trying to dehydrate them, huh?
Yeah, they work better if you have a dehydrator. That's the thing to do, but most people don't have a dehydrator on hand. I should have baked mine longer because they were still kind of sticky, they still had juice in them.
Okay.
But I was too impatient for counts, and so I just used a bobby pin and poked them and made sure the hole was big enough for string to go through, and then I just screwed them up, and then they were done.
That's super cool. That's really creative. I never would have thought of anything like that.
Yeah,
that's super cool.
When I saw her doing it, and plus she's a big time Facebook photographer. She's gonna say she's not, but when you look at her story qualities, I'm like, you have to be running some kind of YouTube channel.
She's very aesthetic. Probably that's what it sounds like.
The way she made it look was really Pinteresty. I was like, that's something you'd see on Pinterest. When she was doing some options on how to home. Obviously. You can tell a guy lives here, there's no decorations at all. So, but when I saw it, I was like, dang it, okay, that's some stuff you'd see on Pinterest.
You gotta get Regan in here then.
I know. Come decorate my house. It's all just blank walls and empty shelves.
That's
cool.
Well,
when Caleb and I were in Honduras, we were not together. We were just friends at this point. But he moved into a house that was gonna be all the male single guys living there, and it turned out he was the only single guy there for the entire time he was single. But the house was totally empty, and so he came to me. He's like, hey, you have a really cute style. Do you want to come decorate my house? And I was like, sure, why not? And I had him build tons, because he's a carpenter, build super cute and they're cute to me, probably not cute to him, but I feel I want to call them the apple picking, what you put apples in when you do it's kind of like a palette, but in a box.
Not an egg carton, but kind of egg cartons. But for apples, I know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about, so I don't know the name though.
Got the same.
I got the picture, just no name.
I don't know. Anybody know what those are called?
Yeah, and I just was able to go crazy. That was one of the stepping stones to us getting closer and then getting married.
Nice.
That's cool.
So so you did. How long were you in Honduras?
So I was living in Honduras for a total of 3.5 years, but I had done my internship. So when did we graduate?
2015? Yeah, 2015.
So my summer right after I graduated, I went there and did a 8-week internship, and that's when I was like, yes, I want to do this forever. And so they say when you do your internship, because it's that mission trip high that people oh, I want to come and you know, like every. And so I was like, oh, I want to come back. And they're like, go home, like go back to real life, and then call us in a few months if you really want this. And I was like, okay, I will. Like, bet. So
I'll show you. Yeah. Just
and
wait.
I prayed about it, and then in October, so I got home in August, I think, and in October I decided, like, okay, I want to do this. And so I fundraised, and then I moved there as soon as I was fully fundraised, and then I was there for 3.5 years, and we just returned in last November, so it'll be almost a year.
That's really cool.
What kind of work did you do when you're out there in Honduras? I know, like, generally speaking, and then are there any moments that, like, really hold on to you that you keep with you now that you've been back for almost a year?
Yeah, this is like my passion in life is missionary work, working with those kids. I loved it.
Yeah, so for everyone at home, like, just to tell them, like, just generally what you were sent on or what you decided to go to Honduras for, and then, yeah, the kind of work you did there.
Okay, so I went and served at Rancho Ebenezer, which is where my whole heart and soul is right now still. And they are a displaced children's home, so they're not like an orphanage because not all the kids are orphans. They've just been removed by the government, and now they are in our facility. And we are a forever home. I say we because it's hard for me not to say, but they are a forever home. So the kids never like leave out of there unless the government saw fit that they would be better somewhere else. But that's very rare. It's never happening. So after I did my internship, I just fell in love with the culture and the kids, and I just loved being there, being with them. And I was like, I'm not married, I don't have kids, I don't want to go to college, so like, why wouldn't I go and do this for? At the time, I thought I was just gonna be going for a year. After my summer internship, when I was like, oh, I want to go be a missionary, I thought just there for a year. But then like once I was there, I'm like, let's just never leave. And so I started out doing intern work, which intern is kind of like just catch all. Like if there's something that there's a need, like you're doing it. So my first year was spent. I did preschool. I had on most days I had 8 little people, but on other days I had like 11 little people, and that was real. I was not equipped for that, but the Lord used it. Definitely grew me from that, so I'm incredibly grateful. And then my following year, I still did preschool, but I got only like 5 students, and so it was like really small. I got to like actually
super personal.
What? Super
personal, like a really really close relationships.
Yeah, absolutely, and it just I don't know. It's just more of like I can do one-on-one stuff while the other kids are playing. I don't know. It just was a better environment to teach in. And then I did that, and then halfway through, I finished that school year, and then I started another school year, and then Caleb and I went and got married in the States, because you have to get married in the country of your citizenship. Fact.
I know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because to live in Honduras for an extended amount of time, you have to be a resident there, so we were residents, just not citizens.
Okay.
Which is like the whole process, so we were like, I don't want to get into that.
Yeah.
And then after we got married and came back, we were there for another year, and that like totaled 3.5 years altogether. But I kind of just did like a lot of different stuff, a lot of stuff in the school, a lot of stuff working with the kids. Like the way that the structure is set up is that there's family groups, which is just kind of how they like organize the kids, I guess, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And they have right now 3 different family groups, and there's 40 kids in total. And so it helps keep siblings together. It also helps cultivate a family type environment to kind of help bring normalcy to like them living in like a group home when like it kind of be crazy. But within each family group, there's a boy house and a girl house.
Mm-hmm.
And so I spent a lot of time covering, is what they call it, but like there's someone who lives in the house with the kids 24/7, and that person is called a counselor, which is just kind of like a glorified nanny type role. And so I did a lot of that my first 2 years, pretty consistently, like twice a month or once a week.
That's really cool.
But
do you see yourself like going back?
Yeah, so we actually had plans to hold back this Christmas to visit,
Mm-hmm.
but COVID.
Oh.
that happened. But we want to go back. So one of the things that sticks out to me, to kind of full circle that question, my first Christmas at the ranch, I was really sad because I wasn't going to be home for Christmas because it's like super expensive to fly home during the holidays anyway, unless from like a different country. And I was sitting talking to one of the missionaries, Christy, which I'm sure she's going to watch this. And I just was like, yeah, I'm just so sad, like I'm not going to get to see my family. And she was like so sweet. She was like, I felt that too. She's like, and then one of the kids told me like, I wish I could see my mom. And I was like, because they don't get to go see their parents. They don't get to be with their family. I mean, they have their siblings at the ranch if they live there. But I was like, yikes, like that hurt. Like, that I have the option. I can call my mom. I was like, that these kids can't even go see their grandma and grandpa on Christmas. And so, it's been Caleb and I like want and desire to like go see them for Christmas so they can have like something like fun coming every Christmas.
Right.
Years and like also Christmas and New Year's is so fun. They take holidays like a whole nother level and it's just so much fun. I love it.
See, that's crazy because you think like America takes it to a whole nother level.
Well,
and then you hear that.
That's one of the things that like I had in mind was like, how is that coming from being born in the United States, being raised here in the United States? How is that seeing that difference? Going to Honduras, seeing how they grow up. How do you interpret that? How does that make you kind of think about home?
So I am a firm believer that every human, the entire world, should get out of their bubble and go see a third or fourth world country. And Honduras is technically a fourth world country because most of their country is not populated, or it's not been like there's still like a lot of what's the word?
It's not inhabited.
No, it is. It's indigenous people.
Okay.
Most of their population is indigenous people. Like I want to say something like, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's like 40% of their country there's indigenous people who live in it. And like we don't go like that's their zone. But yeah, I definitely think that people need to get out of their bubble because it's so easy when you're in the States. Just like I always made the joke of like in America, like or in North America, it's the difference because they are still Americans. Like you just focus in on like your work, your job, money. You just like go. And in Central America, for sure, everything's relational. So like if you were to like be 20 minutes late to work and tell your boss like, oh, I just was catching up with my friend on the street, they'd be like, oh, how was that? Like they don't care like you're late, like whatever. Like as long as you're like meeting your relational needs, like everything's fine. And just their culture, just everything is just so sweet. If you were to bump into an American or North American on the side of the road and like you would turn a blind eye if they need something, or you just kind of drive by, or even like homeless people, you just kind of like roll your window up and like don't make eye contact, but like but they give their shirt off their back, like what can I pray for you? Can I give you money? Let me take you home to the beach. And they're just very loving people.
It seems like they treat humans like actual humans, because like that's one of the things I feel like us as people, as North Americans, we don't treat homeless people like they're humans. It's like their own species. Like,
well, I mean, especially here in Stockton, I mean, they have their. I always like to make the comment like, we have a city within a city. Like there are homeless camps, here in Stockton where they've taken blocks and people just accept that like, that's, they're building their own houses out of tarps out of spare wood, and it's like, wow, you have like third, fourth world country conditions right here in a hometown. It's
exactly. Like, that's insane.
wow. It's rough. It sucks.
I actually know someone who he felt called to go homeless for, I think it was a month, a couple weeks. It was like, and they have little people. Like he has 2 adopted daughters they're trying to adopt from Honduras, and then a baby, and they also have a new one on the way. But like he went and did it, and he said that it wasn't the hunger, it wasn't the lack of it was the blatant being treated like an animal every single day. And he was like, that's what tears you down every single day. Because, like, you can deal with being hungry. Like, you just make it through the day, like, you know, whatever. Because, like, but when it, like, gets in there into your soul, it's like you just can't, you know, turn a blind eye to it. And I was, like, convicted. Ouch. You know? Like,
yeah, that just got me, like, dang.
Tough.
Like, you're thinking about it, and it's like, that's really, really sad.
That could really... And that's what... I mean, that's some of the hardest things that humans face. It's not the physical stuff. You know, we're pretty tough. Like, yeah, humans... probably pretty low on the toughness scale in the animal kingdom, but you know, it's the mental stuff, the emotional stuff. You know,
I feel like that hurts more.
We're very social, very emotional creatures, and like, if you want to take us down, that's where.
That's the best place to go, which is super sad.
Yeah, it sucks. That's unfortunate.
absolutely.
So how's your essential oils business going? I know that's another aspect that you've been kind of pursuing that I've noticed. So how's that going? What got you into that?
So I actually started, I bought my first like kit or whatever before I went to Honduras because I was like, I don't know what medicine I'm gonna have access to. I don't know what it, like I had no idea what I was getting into. And like for the most part, I'm like a healthy individual. Like I get like stomach aches or headaches or like, I don't know, the normal stuff that like
happens, yeah, right.
And so, and also in the kit that I got, it had Melaleuca oil, which is a good like head lice deterrent. I was like, I'll be going down in a deep where I could be getting head lice and like not about to dive into that with this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
I was using that and peppermint, like all the kind of things, and I was like, hey, I like this stuff. And so I've been like a product user for like a long time, and this wasn't until it's been a year since I like started like promoting it. So I was like, if I can like be loving this product and be using it and buying it every single month, like, and I can get paid for doing that, like.
That's cool. I think that's really smart. I personally wouldn't have thought of like, oh, what medicine am I not gonna be?
Yeah.
And then do something natural. Like I never.
Yeah.
I just went out there and be like, oh, I got a headache.
Get bit up and be like, dang, I forgot my bug spray.
Yeah. Y'all got Tylenol? No.
Seriously.
That would suck, but no,
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say like I see that, you know, not only is it good for medicines and stuff, but you know I see you're using it for a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah.
I know recently you like cleaned your dishwasher with it or something.
I hate my dishwasher. We just moved into this house and it really like we only saw it once before we moved in and like it looked great. It smelled like cigarette smoke, which was like a huge bummer, but like it's like for the most part out here, and I think also in California, it's pretty much like $1 per square foot when you're renting. At this point, it was like apartments. And so we lucked out. Like we are in a 1,700 square foot place, and we're only paying like $14. And I was like, hey, we're getting like $300 worth of square footage like free. Like let's just jump on this while we can. And so we're like, we'll just count the loss as like it's stinking like cigarette smoke, like whatever.
Right.
We ended up looking in and we complained and they painted it and it like kind of helped us smell, but like whatever, we'll get used to it. Like
now it smells like paint and
cigarettes.
We just were hoping like our smell would like take over the place. And then like there's just been a couple of things and I'm like this like the dishwasher like this last couple of weeks I don't know what every time like if I clean it and it's like smells fine like the next 2 times I run it stinks awful, so if anyone knows like let me know.
No, I've been having a similar issue.
Okay, so have you guys tried because I had that issue with my apartment when we moved in. It got really smelly and really gross. I did baking soda and vinegar on the pot and pan sets, and it like doesn't smell anymore.
So now, when you do that, do you have like dishes in there? Or
No. So you take everything out, you unload your dishwasher, and then you just sprinkle like. Oh, I did the whole box. I probably overdid it, but whatever. That's just baking soda is like 40 cents, so I wasn't worried about it. But you just sprinkle a whole bunch of baking soda in there, and then you put a bowl full of vinegar, and put it on the top, and then just run it. And then I did that, and then I was like, okay, well now it kind of smells like vinegar, and I don't like the smell of vinegar. So I did bleach, and then...
Now it smells like bleach.
And now it smells just clean. And then one of my friends was telling me if you did baking soda and like a bunch of lemons, and then you got to pick out the lemons later, but...
Well, like I'll use lemons in my
your garbage disposal. Yeah.
I'll just throw a lemon in there.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That always helps. I did that today when I made salsa. Threw my limes in there. Yeah, leftover limes.
I did they told, like, so we asked our, like, property manager, like, what do you want us to do? Because I don't want to ruin it, and, like, I don't want to do it if they didn't tell me to do it first.
Yeah,
right.
And you're stuck with the bill, yeah.
I did the baking soda, vinegar. I was, like, frying everything. I was, like, scrubbing it, like, on the inside, in between everything, cleaning the filter every single time, like, on my hands and knees, like, scrubbing, and then, like, this is too much work.
I might as well just wash the dishes.
The only thing that was, like, really working was, Young Living, the company, the essential oil company, they have a cleaner that I, like, am obsessed with, and the smell is, I would say it smells like fall, like, if you, like, got, like, it's, like, clove and rosemary and, like, lemon and just, like, super, like, pumpkin spicy, I guess.
Okay,
So,
that makes sense.
And I put the cleaner straight in the thing, like, I did, like, my regular soap and then cleaner, and I let it go, and like that helped the smell. But I was like, I don't waste my stuff on this. I just rather just wash it with my hands and then like leave it. But all that to say, yes, I do keep the cleaner on my dishwasher.
I'm really intrigued by that cleaner. It smells really good. So now I'm gonna have to hit her up after the show and be like, what is that cleaner? Because it smells like sounds like it smells good.
She's got all kinds of stuff. I see it all the time.
Yeah, I some people like love the fall smell. Some people don't like my mom didn't like this fall smell, which I get it. Like some people are like, oh, I like a fresh, clean smell. But like I love fall. So I'm like, that.
Yeah, I feel like you can only use it during like I'm weird and I'm very like you can only use it during that time. Don't try to do fall.
Yeah, don't try to. Don't try to bring pumpkins out in
in May,
July.
Right? Yeah, but like as soon as spooky season happens, which is September 1st, that's when it should come out, and it's gonna last until Thanksgiving.
Yeah, probably around Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Black Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Was there is there like what is your favorite essential oil? Like that's your go-to smell. That's like your favorite one. It's like your holy grail.
So honestly, my favorite and most used are different. So my favorite one is like we call it Stress Away, and it's vanilla and lime mixed together, and it's like I love the smell.
Really good.
And it just is. Yeah, if I could wear that, like if I could bathe in that, I actually do. I have like a bath bomb. That's that smell, and I like to use all the time. I love it.
Does it have like a dessert kind of smell? Because when I hear that, like the
vanilla,
first thing I think it would be like key lime pie or something like.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting to.
Yeah, it's a really balanced smell, so it's not like too much of either or. So like key lime pie is like super limey.
Yeah.
But it definitely has like they call it like vacation in a bottle because it kind of just smells kind of tropically because of the lime, but also sweet. I don't know. It doesn't smell like anything that I've smelled before, but I love it. Well, too much actually. I go through it looks like I drink it. That's how much I go through. And then my most used is peppermint because I use it for like everything. I use it if my stomach hurts, if I have a headache, if I'm hot, so I'll put peppermint on because it's like cooling. If I'm stressed, I'll put peppermint on because it's cooling. I just use it for everything. It's my favorite.
See, the peppermint, my mom used to make like the peppermint water. Like you just put water in a bunch of, like the red and white striped candies.
Like the little
you throw them in water and just like boil them, and that's what she would have us drink when we had a stomach ache. So but the headaches and the stress, I'm gonna have to bathe in it for stress.
I like boiling the cinnamon sticks when I'm like I'll make my own little cinnamon tea.
Yeah. You gotta throw some orange peels in there, and then it's really it's super like.
I notice when I do stuff like that, I'm always missing like one thing. Like if I go make cinnamon tea, I'm missing like my orange peels or
That's like
something
one
like
thing.
that.
Like in the very beginning, like I got it for medicine and whatever, but like when I started to like look more into essential oils and like the diffusers, and you can buy like the single like oils like cinnamon, and you can buy orange, you can buy peppermint, and blah 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 blah. Like people have like candles smelling like diffuser blend, so it makes your entire house smell like you could do like a cinnamon orange, whatever.
I have one kind of like that.
Yeah,
somewhat.
That's why I was like cool because candles are awful for you, and I was like, this is
That makes me so sad because I love my candles.
I love candles. You see that? I'll have burnt candles everywhere because I'll light them and then I'll just leave them on.
Oh, you're terrible.
Burn the house down. I don't care. I burn it down. This house is gonna smell good.
We gotta get him a candle wax warmer instead.
You know what? That pile of char is gonna smell like
lemons
blossoms.
and cinnamon.
Yes. But no, I have one of those diffusers too. But it's little.
Okay.
Probably like this big.
Uh-huh.
I usually put like the lavender one.
I like that one. Yeah.
Just because it's strong. Lavender is like really, really strong smell, so
yeah.
I like it.
I've seen that they have them for the car, and I'm like so intrigued by it because I'm in traffic.
Humidifiers?
They have oil diffusers that like plug into your little carport.
Really?
Yeah, and it'll make your car smell good because I'm queen at leaving something in my back seat and then it coming back to living there, and I'm just like, oh my god. It's nothing gross like ham or cheese or anything, but it's just like an old coffee cup that I just chugged and tossed.
Okay. Nothing's growing back
Nothing's
there?
growing, no. It's just always, or like a shirt that I fished in, so now it smells like fishing bait. And I'm just like, oh, I gotta get that out.
Yeah, gross.
Are you gonna like get into like making candles, or are you just gonna stick with the essential oil thing?
So,
even though they're bad for you.
No, it's just the burning of the smoke that comes from the burning the candle that's like not good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think they said like the equivalent of like if you were like doing like desk work and had a candle going, like the equivalent of like you inhaling the smoke is like some odd cigarettes, and I was like, no thanks. But I was like a huge candle lover too. But it's cheaper for me just to do the diffuser and the oils because the oils are pretty cheap, and so I just.
Yeah, I got a diffuser for Christmas, and it was like best thing ever.
That's good, yeah. That's cool.
I was told you have a Siamese cat. What made you get a Siamese cat?
I have a ragdoll.
Oh, is it ragdoll? I thought it was like a Siamese or something.
No, so her name is Sushi. I love her with my whole entire life. And she has a story, so I'm gonna tell the story. Is that okay?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Let's hear it. Let's hear Sushi's story.
I decided I wanted to get an emotional support animal.
Yeah, okay. An ESA. I support those 100%. I got a couple of them myself.
We have one.
When we left Honduras, I just didn't leave in a very good mental health place. And so I've been in therapy since we got back, for the most part. I think I started in February. And I recently was talking to my therapist, and I was like, hey, what do you think about if I got a cat? She goes, yeah, I'd do it, girl, like that. And so, and the number one reason being that I have a hard time, like, when I come home from work, I just feel, like, super wound up and just very, like, I can't, like, just leave my work at work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to, like, bring it home and, like, talk about it and, like, get it all, whatever. And so she was like, with your cat first. Like, de-stress with your cat, and then, like, then you can process your day. And so I was on the lookout for, like, what cats are the best ESAs. And so on the list was ragdolls. And it was so funny because Caleb was reading the list, and he read ragdoll, and instantly I felt like the Lord would be like, you're going to get a ragdoll. And I was like, that's it. We're going to get a ragdoll, babe. Like, and I was like, wait and see. I'm claiming it. In the name of Jesus. He's here with me right now.
She's manifesting
and so,
it.
And ragdolls are so expensive.
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
ever look at how much a ragdoll is?
Oh, absolutely.
I have, so, disclaimer,
big cat guy, yeah.
no idea about cats. I had one cat when I was little, and it scratched me in the face, and I was over it. So, I didn't know there was, like, I know there's, like, certain breeds, but I knew, like, I know a tabby cat. Isn't that the orange and white one?
That's what. No, that's a tuxedo cat.
Oh, see?
No, wait,
I don't even know.
An orange and white one. That's
like Garfield.
Calico.
Those are calicos.
What is a tabby cat then?
A tabby are just like the regular, like gray, brownish, black, really alley cat looking guys.
Okay.
Those are tabbies.
Okay, see, no
right?
idea.
Reagan's looking at me like I got it wrong. Yeah, she's like,
I don't know about that.
what are tabbies to you? What's your definition of it?
I thought that tabbies were the dark with like the black stripes, and then maybe they have like white mittens or white ears or something. That's what I thought.
You know what? Hold on, wait. Let me.
Like Pete the cat, like
Real quick.
off of the book Pete the cat.
For
That's
everyone's.
what I thought.
Oh, see, the only cat I know is Garfield, and that's about it. I had one Persian cat. Her name was China, and she was horrible. She was so mean. What are the ones that don't have hair? What are those called? They're hairless. They're like.
Okay. I was
it's
gonna.
a hairless cat.
Oh no, they're called a sphinx.
Okay. Is it true like they stink?
No.
I was told like they stink because they don't have hair.
They do?
You have to bathe them.
Oh.
Like normal cats.
I wouldn't think they'd stink.
On their fur, you like tell them their fur to get the dander out, like whatever. But the hair cats, they just get dirty and gross, and then they can't clean themselves. So you have to like go and clean them.
Yeah, I was told like they secrete an oil and their hair can't absorb it, so it like is terrible.
I know you have to make sure that they stay warm because if they get too cold, they'll start growing back their hair.
Wow.
I know that. Yeah, they'll grow, but they don't grow like a coat. They'll grow like a peach fuzz. So they have like a
5 o'clock shadow all over their body.
Yeah, like little fuzzy, little fuzz balls. Cool. No, I was gonna go grab my cat, Teddy.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys see on Instagram, he's on Instagram.
I seen him approving the sign.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is what I thought the definition of a tabby was.
So you have a whole cat and you thought it was a tabby and it's probably not even a tabby.
Maybe not. I might have.
Worst cat dad ever, no.
I feel like he's a tuxedo because he's black and white, right?
No, Tux is a tuxedo, but like the little one, the other cat, yeah. No, Tux, he's for sure a tuxedo. Best emotional support animal ever.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
I don't
He's
know.
Such a cuddle
Bacon's
bug.
pretty up there. You have to meet Bacon.
Probably. I'll
Bacon's up there. He steals your heart.
Sushi's
like that.
pretty cute. If you see Sushi, she's pretty cute. She's a cute because she's still in her kitten stage. She's still.
Oh, okay.
She's 4. She's old.
She's 4. Okay, this cat looks so little.
She's great for her age.
This whole time I thought she was a kitten. I was like, oh, that's cool. Reagan got a kitten. Like, look at.
No, she got an old lady.
I know, dang. That's older than Tux. Tux is.
My story.
Oh yeah.
Okay, go
sorry.
back to the expensive
we
ragdoll
we
cat.
trailed off quite a bit.
We went on a tangent.
So when you ragdolls are show cats, I think because they have like a really pretty fur and color-wise they're pretty and they have the big blue eyes and all the things that make them really pretty cats. And so you can they can get up to $3,000 for a kitten. And I was like, well, not us. We found some that were I think the cheapest we found was $900 for a kitten, and I was still there's no way.
That's not registered. That's just some
That's
backyard
so much
ragdoll.
money.
Right. And so Caleb was looking, and I was praying real hard. I was like, Lord, come through. This is the time. Show up. Here you are. Let's do this.
Where's my cat? Where's the cat?
In all your glory, bring me my cat.
Caleb was on this mom and pop stupid Facebook page group thing. I don't even know what it was. Maybe a website. I don't even know. And it was just ragdolls for adoption. And he found 2 cats in Indiana, it was 4 hours from where we are right now. And this lady had 2 cats, and in total she had 8 cats. And she was getting rid of all of her females because her dominant male cat, his name is Cheetah, which he is a rescue in himself, was extremely abusive, extremely mean to all the females.
Wow.
And so his name, I don't know if I said it, but his name is Cheetah. Did I say that already?
Yeah.
So Cheetah was abusing his other cats in his first household, and then the lady who adopted him was like, oh, I'll bring him to my household, and he's to get along with all my cats, and da-da-da. Well, that didn't happen. He got even more aggressive. And so when she got Sushi as a kitten, he immediately just hated her. And so for Sushi's entire 4 years of life, she has been hiding, terrified, fighting for herself, hated going to the bathroom, hated eating, all the things. And so finally, after 4 years of the abuse, this lady was like, this cat deserves a real life. It shouldn't be hiding, And so when we went and picked Sushi up, this lady was bawling her eyes out. She was sobbing tears.
Oh man.
And Caleb was stop, this is fine. And I was like, I'm gonna take good care of her, I promise. But we only had to pay $150 for her.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah. Crazy. And she's today all of her rabies, she's fixed, she has all of her shots, everything. Perfect health, never had anything wrong with her. And so we brought her home, and the first week was really rough.
Yeah.
I think because she was older and just the adjustment to like no other animals in the house.
New place, new
Right.
smell, yeah.
That's
And so
kind
we just like kept her in like our guest bathroom for like the first like 2 weeks until she was like wanting to explore.
Mm-hmm.
And we even got one of those plug-in. I don't know if you guys have heard of like the feel away.
Oh,
it's
it gives off like cat pheromones to
Oh,
let
okay.
them like calm down.
To relax them.
Yeah, I know what
Okay.
you're talking about.
yeah, it's like the pheromones or the scent that the mom gives off when she is grooming them or when she's like putting her scent on things. I don't know. It's just something where it's like this is safe. Mom's been here. Environment. So we did that for a while, and then she finally she didn't eat for the first 4 days. We had to the vet 2 times, and that was a whole spiel. But she has never shown aggression to us, like not once. She will like tell us like I don't want to be pet by like just putting her mouth on us, but she like won't actually bite us or like scratch us. But she's like the sweetest cat ever. I love her so much. Okay, end of my story.
I think that's pretty cool because it's like you guys. She needed you as much as you needed her. So it was like meant to be like she was going through it and you were going through something and then like now you guys are like best buds. I think that's the coolest thing ever. Super written in the stars for y'all. Are you gonna get another one or are you just gonna keep it as sushi?
Keep it at sushi. I just would hate to like throw a cat in or be triggered. Like
Oh yeah, especially with her background.
Yeah.
I could see that. That's
I could
smart.
see why sushi would be like,
No, that's like my cat's like, cause I'm really thinking about getting a dog, right? Cause, so Milani, for people that don't know, like have the story about how obviously I've had Tux for going on like 3 years now. Yeah, I've had him since he was a kitten, but this new recent cat that I got, Teddy. My dad's cat had kittens. I adopted the kittens, made sure they made it. And I kept Teddy and then Milani, her sister.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony in Arizona is planning on taking her. So, because, you know, freaking having 3 cats is crazy.
I can imagine.
They just kind of like tear up the house, especially having 2 kittens. Having 2 kittens is like for sure having 2 little kids. I know it's not, there's plenty of people who be like, oh, it's not like having kids at all. It's like, okay, it's not, but in a different way.
It's a glimpse of people who don't have kids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's my version of my kids.
Yeah.
So having them run around the house is like crazy. But so she's going to Arizona. But after that, I really want to get a dog.
Is that like permanent Arizona or?
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
He's like he goes. So he goes to Flagstaff.
Okay.
He lives in Flagstaff.
Okay.
And so he doesn't have any animals. And I was like.
He needs an emotional support cat.
I was like get a cat because that's the other thing is because he got a dog when he was in Chico. And that was just like, you know, a sweet dog, but
not a good match. Sometimes you just don't match with the dog, and it's nobody's fault.
And I was like, it's a dog. That's a lot different than a cat, you know.
Yeah.
A cat, you know, you give them some attention, but they're super independent, which I've made the argument before. I don't know, maybe on the show, but that's why I like cats. You know, they kind of just do their own thing.
Right.
My hours are crazy. Like today,
very low maintenance.
Yeah, like today I pulled a surprise 13.5-hour shift. Like, I couldn't do that if I had a dog.
Not at all, no.
No, but I really want to get a dog.
Yeah?
I want to get like a little terrier or something.
Get a pit. Get a pocket pit.
I can't fit a pit here. That's the problem.
Why not? We have a pit in our 1 bedroom.
I don't know, but then I have cats on top. Like, yeah, I could raise them with cats, but I want a little dog that I can just like carry around everywhere. Plus, I mean, I love pits to death.
Yeah.
Pits are amazing, but I don't want to have to deal with the stressors that come with owning a pit.
Yeah.
You know, which is like, you know, like I said, I love the breed. They're super sweet dogs. Such a huge stigmatism towards them, but I was like, that's just
you definitely deal with a lot, like, because we deal with stuff with Bacon because. For one, everyone thinks he's super excited all the time, and they think he's like super aggressive. I'm like, no, he just wants to lick you. I promise.
It's just too much love.
Yeah, he's super loving and just wants to give everybody all his love and attention. And so, like, PetSmart, they discriminate against pit bulls a lot.
I saw there was something like that, like floating around on Facebook.
Yeah, that happened to us, and it was super depressing. Like,
dang.
Man, because for one, like, my dog has half a mouth of teeth. Don't get me wrong, he's still a killer if you come in my house. For people at home, he's still a killer now.
So he's missing half his jaw?
So, not half his jaw, so just half his teeth are gone. He got hit by a car.
Oh, okay.
And like lost his teeth, and
How
he had
old is
like he just turned 5 in August.
Oh, okay.
He's like the coolest. He's our grandpa. He's older than us now. But yeah, PetSmart was like, oh, what breed is he? And I was like, oh, he's a pit bull terrier, you know. And they're like, oh no, you got to pay more because he's aggressive. And I'm like, have you met Bacon? Like, Bacon's not aggressive at all.
His name's Bacon.
Bacon. Like, how aggressive can a dog be with the name Bacon? And like, it made me really sad. And I was just like, man, I didn't know how like not accepted they are.
Yeah.
And it's so sad because they're the most lovable dogs. Like,
it's unfortunate.
Super, super sad. That's why I always like say, oh, get a pit, because there's so many pits.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get another one right now.
If I had a house, I'd get a pit.
Yeah.
You know? Plus that big dog, a bigger dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that they get labeled like large, because Bacon's not large.
I feel like every time I talk to people don't understand. Okay, I'll ask you guys this. Okay. Well, Regan, you first. If I showed you, let's say like a border collie, a Labrador, and like a husky, what would you guys label those dogs as?
Those are big dogs. I would label them large dogs.
Large dogs?
Yeah, I guess.
I have like 90% of the people I've talked to would say those are all medium-sized dogs.
Huskies are huge.
I know. I was like,
Labs are big too.
Labs
Border collies I've never like really seen and like, oh, that's a border collie, but like they sound. From what I heard, they're really energetic.
Yeah.
And they like require a lot.
Super. Oh man, they're like way too smart for a dog. Like that's how. And that's the thing is like people are like, oh, they're super energetic. It's like no, they're not. They're not crazy energetic like a Jack Russell or like, one of those little dogs are. They're just way too smart, so they always just seem to like be wanting to figure something out or like, what's next for me? What do you got for me? And it's like that's a lot. My grandma, she just lost her Jack Russell maybe like
sad.
And this dog was like I think 18 or 19, just kept going.
That's so old.
Just would not stop.
Yeah.
It's like all right. It's like eventually, come on, dude.
You gotta go.
you're kind of hurting everyone just watching you walk around.
Yeah.
But, he unfortunately finally passed probably like a couple months ago. Oh, maybe like a little bit more than 6 months ago.
Okay.
But right now she's now watching my uncle's border collie and this poor old lady with this dog that's just like a mile a minute. She's just like throwing the ball down the hallway, and she lives in like an older people's home.
Oh, okay.
So her whole apartment's like the size of the living room,
right?
Like, and she's just sitting there, just across the room, just bouncing the ball. Like
that's insane. That must be. But yeah. I thought she was gonna say something.
I thought you were gonna say something.
No, I said that's so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went through that with my parents. They just lost their German Shepherd, and you never realize like we've never had a dog long enough to let them pass. So my childhood dog passed away in May 2020. It's been horrible.
Yeah.
Took my boy. But it was so emotional. It felt like I lost my brother. I never thought, I knew I loved Cash. He was a great dog. He was featured on the record once, which was, super cool because he caught a burglar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he made the bad decision running through my backyard, and my dog caught him. But it was so, emotional, and I did not think I was oh, it's a dog, we can always, and no, there's never another Cash. And I go over there, and it's just, mad depressing because he's not there anymore, and it's just this is hard. So I don't want nothing to happen to Bacon, and I'm gonna figure out a way for him to live forever because I can't go through that twice.
No, that's what I'll think about when I look at Tux. I'm like, dude, you're gonna pass away one day, and I'm gonna come home and find you and be like, oh man.
That's dang. Why you gotta come home? Why can't you just make it a loving image of him being in your arms and just snuggling you one last time?
He's not like that. He'll wait till I'm gone. He's like, well, I'm gonna surprise him once. I'm gonna die.
Happy birthday, Dad.
You know Tucker and Diddle. Peter.
Oh yeah, your childhood dogs, yeah.
We lost them within 2 months of each other.
Oh.
I didn't know they were that close. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one was May and one was June, I think, and it was Diddle went first. And it was my mom's dog, it was so sad. And she said that she was holding her, the night before she died, and she was like, it's okay, go, I love you, you're gonna be okay. my mom woke up the next morning and she had died in her sleep. And then my mom said that
Getting flashbacks.
So that he just let himself go, and then 2 months later they had to put him down. And my mom FaceTimed us. She's at the vet and they put him down. I was just bawling.
Oh man.
And then what's awful is that I don't know what was going on in my world, but we lost Diddle in May, and then 2 weeks later we were driving. We were in Honduras and we were driving and we hit a dog. We killed the dog. I was a mess, just triggered on and then my other dog died, a couple months later, and then we came home to visit Caleb's parents a few months later, and his parents was this past February. His parents were in Honduras doing a team, and Caleb and I were here house sitting for them, and they had a really, really, really old dog. I think he was 14, I think, and Caleb went to go touch him to pet him, and the second Caleb touched him, instantly started seizing. He had a 4-minute long seizure. And,
oh my god.
He stopped seizing, just was screaming, this blood and scream because he couldn't move, but he was so freaking out. And we had to take this dog and get him put down. I was not even my dog. Why are all these dogs in my life
Can't even be around a dog
anymore, yeah.
Seriously, I was all animals just need to take a step
Stop.
back. I'm not healthy for you.
6 feet, please. Don't bring your dog near me. Okay, I don't want.
Hey, you want to get rid of your dog?
I don't want to be responsible for anything.
Right. Man, on a lighter note, what is the weather like out there? Because I know out here, because that can get dark and sad. I'm starting to get a little sad, missing Cash a little bit, thinking about it.
Yeah. Let's
change the speed
stop
up.
talking about dead dogs.
Man, that escalated quickly.
Right?
So what is the weather like out there? Is it, because I know out here it's
We're
bipolar.
smoky.
Right.
Choking on smoke still.
Yeah, the weather is a lot better than what you guys have, that's for sure.
Well, don't rub it in.
All week.
Oh man, I want to I'm so wanting to travel. I traveled a little bit this summer, and now she was saying, I was so caught in that bubble of just work, home, school, work, home, school, work, home, school. Now I'm I want to go. I want to get out of here.
Well, I've been trying to enjoy little trips. So the beginning of October, I'm supposed to go to Arizona to drop off the kitten, but I'm gonna try and take advantage of the time that I'm there, and hopefully last time I was there I wanted to see the Grand Canyon. I didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see that big old crater.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do it.
Yeah.
So I'm you know what, I'm going to Arizona on my dime this time, because last time I just happened to go along for the ride.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going on my dime. I'm gonna go see this stuff. I'm gonna make,
Totally gonna hold you accountable to that. You have to go.
You know what? I'm gonna try and vlog it. Now that I got the GoPro, I'm gonna try and videotape the whole trip.
You should be Apartment 40 on the road. No co-hosts.
Just like that.
Are you gonna drive or fly?
I am definitely flying this time because me and Anthony drove there the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So me and him drove from Stockton all the way to Flagstaff,
mm-hmm.
And then 10 hours.
Woo.
So that was, and he did not want to get out of the driver's seat. He drove the whole 10 hours.
That's harsh on him, but that's harsh on you as a passenger.
Oh, because I'm I'll drive.
Yeah.
I'll drive. He's I got it. I'm good. I'm good. I'm all right. So I'm on my phone, staring out the window, and I'll be on my phone. He's dude, get off your phone. I'm what do you want
me to do?
Yeah. What? I'm dirt, more because we're going through the desert.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I'm there's nothing here, man. So we drove the whole 10 hours. So not doing that again.
Did you guys do that in one shot?
10?
Oh no.
We said we loaded up. We left at
He's a sav.
That's my brother, man. He's just all right, this is my task. Let me get it done.
You guys are very determined because I had to gave up 5 hours in.
No, but so that's why I'm flying this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Caleb and I went to Mississippi in April, I think, something, and it's 11 hours. And I did not drive because I didn't want to. But I'll drive, but you just have to keep me awake. You have to keep me
Yeah, talk to me.
Right, you got to be a good co-pilot.
Yeah.
So after the first hour, you're just well,
yeah.
we're here.
You know,
And
just
so
download that game Heads Up. I feel
Right.
like that's what you or play like charades or no, don't play charades because then they gotta look over and they're gonna crash. Don't listen to me. Bad advice.
After a while, I just decided to look up like murder mystery podcasts, and like that's all we listen to for like the entire rest of
I like those.
Those are fun.
I'm actually a big. I think they call them peepers. So
Wait,
there's
hold on.
I know, right? No. So there's creepers and there's peepers. I think it's called a podcast called Scared to Death. I think. And so creepers are people that are like really into spooky stuff, right? And then peepers are the people that just kind of like dabble every now and then just to get their little fix. And
Right.
So I'm for sure one of those peepers, but there's a podcast I like to listen to called Lore, Lore. I don't know if you guys have heard it.
Mm-mm.
But he talks about like the real origins behind a lot of the like paranormal stuff that we associate with, like obviously vampires aren't, well, maybe they are, but you know, vampires aren't real, you know, the goblins and stuff aren't real. So this guy talks about where we got those from, like there's a thing called or there's a paranormal species called like cave knockers or some of the knockers, but what it is these cave goblins that would warn miners when the cave was gonna fall, you know.
Oh, wow.
Or they'd be mischievous and they would knock down walls, or they would, you know, do stuff like this. Well, what he was explaining was, you know, because apparently what the goblins do is they would knock on wood or knock in the caves to let the miners know that, like, hey, something bad's coming.
You need to get out of here.
Yeah, so the miners would get out and be like, oh, it was the cave knockers. They let us know that the tunnel was going to collapse.
Right.
Well, what it was the wood beams that are holding up the dirt are stressing. So they're, you know, obviously flexing, so they're going to knock or they're going to crack.
They're going to make a noise
so
at least.
So that's what the miners were hearing. So
I was
this
excited
dude,
about these cave knockers,
right?
and now it's not a thing.
These little heroes, no. So that's what this podcast does. He talks about, you know, different werewolves, vampires.
So he basically debunks all the cool things that I like to peep into.
He doesn't debunk them. Like, the way he puts a cool little twist on it, and then, like, he's not saying like this is where they got it from. He's just saying like, oh, this also happens to be what's going on.
Okay.
You know.
Right.
So he lets you decide whether it's cave knockers or cracking wood.
Do you believe in like the paranormal stuff, Reagan? Do you feel like ghosts and stuff is real?
In my own version, yes.
What about you? You think ghosts real?
Yeah.
I think so. I don't think they're ghosts. I think they're spirits.
Yeah, I believe in spirits and stuff. I believe in entities. I've had a couple. Now, not to like put a little like spookiness. Yeah, not to put some spookiness here.
Sprinkle a little spooky.
Yeah, you know, it's almost October.
Yeah.
But I've had like one or two weird feelings here that I've had like nothing to get like weirded out about, and nothing like malevolent. You know, where you walk in, you're like, oh dude, there's something here. It's just like I've walked in and like I've heard a noise and I'm like,
what was that?
Yeah, like that sounded weird, and then you'll feel it. You know, you can feel like a pressure change or like an atmosphere change, and I was like, is someone here? But that's why I like having cats. You know how like spiritual and like you know otherworldly cats are. So I'll talk to my cats and be like, are we good? Is there anything? You guys see anything?
They're a cave knocker for you?
Yeah, they're my little cave knockers. So
I think I definitely believe in them. I've had some at my apartment. I've had some pretty scary things go on, and I don't know if it's like me or if it was just the environment or the time of my life and it was attracting those things. But yeah, it got to the point where I was like, I might have to get a priest and come in here and bless. And I actually did hit up my pastor and was like, hey, I need help because this thing, I didn't sleep for 3 days and it was spooky. For sure. And I was over it. Like, I've heard a lot of like, I mean, because me and Reagan grew up, we know each other from the church. Right.
We grew up together in the church. And so I've heard a lot of stories of like some pretty serious encounters. Yeah. And I can, with God as my witness, that is some real stuff and it's not fun. And I just, I don't like it. And I have a Bible in my house now. And I am a praying woman, and I make sure I let everyone know I am a woman of God. No, even if sometimes I don't reflect that, definitely, because it got really,
really scary in my house, and it's not cool at all. I'm not a creeper or a peeper anymore. I don't watch none of it. I'm not involved. I don't want no smoke with no other entity I can't see. It was not fun.
I feel like, Peter, you and I are like both spiritually sensitive, like we're like, we felt stuff or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
for the most part.
I get spooked out pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so like, I feel like I recall like there was times like in our childhood where like, I feel like your mom and my mom said stuff, we're like, you know, spiritual stuff, guys, like we're gonna feel it, it's totally fine, like it's what we do. Like I feel like that totally happened at some point.
Yeah. It's just like, okay.
Yeah.
But Caleb isn't super like sensitive. Like I feel like I'm like super sensitive. But on our honeymoon, we were staying at we were going to stay at the Red Lion. Our first 5 nights were at like a Disney hotel, and that's like super expensive. So we're like, let's. So we like get in, we get checked in, and we hop in the elevator. And like the second we step in the elevator, we're just like boom, like hit with like oppression, like feeling disgusting. Like what happened in here?
Oh my gosh.
We didn't say a word. Like we just were like in this like almost like terrified if we spoke what would happen. And so we like got off the elevator, we got in a room, and we both like looked at each other, like, did you feel that? Oh my gosh, I felt that too. So we just were like so are we here? Like, Lord, let us know. And like we both felt like get out. And so we went down to the front desk, and I was like, ma'am. She's like, yeah. I was like, this is gonna sound so weird. She's like, okay. I was like, I just don't feel safe in your hotel. And she was like, okay, like did something happen? I was like, spiritually. And she goes, I get that all the time. Like,
oh no.
And I was like,
she goes, the whole 5th floor, all ghosts. So.
I walked out and I was like, all the time. Okay. Like, figure something else. You're getting quite a few complaints.
You're right.
And I was like thinking, Lord, that you got us out of there, or something was gonna happen, or had happened, or
right. Yeah.
And instead, like, got out of there.
No, I'm like you said, like I'm lucky. I'm a little bit more sensitive to it because I can I'm easily scared when it comes to stuff like that. So when I say like I'm a peeper, like stuff, like I'll watch like people catching glimpses of like Bigfoot or like something physical, you know, like I couldn't fight, but you know, you could fight Bigfoot, you could fight like a monster or
you're
like
not
an
down
alien.
for the unseen things.
No, bro, you can't fight a ghost. Okay, so I don't. That's why that stuff like is a little more trippy for me.
Yeah.
But that's why the power in us is greater than the power outside.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, no big deal.
Yeah. Exactly. That definitely is soothing. Like, because even to this day, like I still get that. Like, I don't know if it's me being paranoid because of what I went through with that, or if it's like it lingers every once in a while. But I just like. God's got me. It's good. Like you are nothing compared to my God. So just move along.
You got nothing on me.
Yeah. But yeah, I never realized how many hotels are like legit haunted.
No, for sure.
And like things have happened because that we weren't in the elevator, but like we went on like this weird excursion and ended up in Nevada. We were supposed to be looking at like venues for our wedding and totally didn't look at anything.
Just kept driving.
Just kept driving, and we ended up at this hotel, and it was okay. The room was really old, and then the rooms were separated, so there was like a living room, kitchen, and then the bedroom. Well, he was asleep. My dog would not move for the life of him, and he is a roamer. He was not moving, and like all of the chairs were in the middle of the living room when I got up. And I was like, oh no. I didn't even put him back. I was like, look, they're probably having a meeting. I'm not going to break up this meeting. I'm just going to move along, go back. Right. Enjoy your night. There's coffee in the kitchen. Help yourself. I'm going back to sleep.
Make sure everybody gets home safe.
Right. Can't you just put your chairs back when you're done? Yeah. Like, don't even do it. Just don't worry about it. I got it. Yeah, super scary, but I love it though at the same time. Like
yeah, spooky season is coming up.
I love spooky season. I don't know if quarantine's gonna take my spooky season though, or COVID. That's my main concern.
Because California's getting beat up pretty bad with COVID.
COVID, yeah.
How's COVID going on out there with you guys?
So we're close to Chicago. We're like 45 minutes till you hit city limits, and so I know Chicago's being hit pretty bad, but it's like there's a lot of hospitals in Chicago, so I don't know if like it's being hit really bad because there's a lot of hospitals. Like there's like a lot of people going to hospitals for it, you know. But I feel like it's not super bad out here. There's not a lot of people. But I also don't read the news because it gives me anxiety and I don't.
Yeah, I could see that.
But I feel like everyone, you know, does what we have to do to like wear masks or social distance for the most part, you know.
I feel like California is the worst. I don't know what's worse, us or Florida. Like
I heard it's pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard like they said that our numbers got a little bit better, but I mean things aren't. They're not back to normal, and they're not gonna be back to normal when this is over. So
is this ever real? My biggest question is like, is this ever really going to be over?
I was telling somebody, I was like, this is the new 9/11. Just look at it like that. Just accept it. That this is the new 9/11, you know, things are going to change. You're just going to kind of get used to it.
Because, like, is it just going to poof away when the election happens? Or, like, it's just, I'm over it, to be honest.
I'm tired of it.
I'm definitely over it. And I didn't realize how many things that you can take, the little things you take for granted. Like, just going to the grocery store and food actually being there. Are you not having to worry, like, am I going to be able to get toilet paper? I have never in my life thought I was ever going to have to stress about toilet paper. And here I was.
That was some really crazy
March,
stuff.
Buying wet wipes because I can't
when that all
paper.
went down, I was like, are we really tripping on toilet paper right now? It's like, out of everything, we snatched up the toilet paper. Okay, people.
I personally thought, like, food, medicine.
I got rice. I got beans.
Yeah, like, I was just like, what is toilet paper going to stop if you got a cold? Like, COVID sounds like a really bad cold.
Wipe your nose.
It blew my mind. Like, I'm not ever going to forgive anybody for the way you acted about that dang toilet paper. Like, it was...
I mean, I was getting... You had a hustle. I was buying toilet paper brands I never heard of. So what? I don't even know. Stuff was just like regular paper. I'm like, oh man. I don't even know.
Those things you took for granted.
You know the shop, the shop paper towels, the blue ones. I was buying those ones. Those ones are tough.
You know what was terrible? We went all the way. Where did we go? We went somewhere in the Bay Area because I was working out there at the time by Pleasanton. I had to go to a little liquor store and buy some baby wipes that I ain't never seen in my life, and I didn't even end up needing them. I felt different, like I could have probably relaxed a little.
I don't like baby wipes.
I don't either, but baby wipes are nothing. You gotta ration yourself.
Use a sock. There's always a
That's
sock.
Gross.
Hey, sometimes
it's not.
rough.
No,
It's rough
I'm not co-signing that. No, I don't think Reagan's co-signing the sock either.
Ask Caleb. Caleb knows when they don't drag out a porta potty to the job site and you just gotta go.
Oh my god.
Like, well.
I will neither confirm nor deny.
I'll ask Caleb. When next time I see him, I'll ask him.
I feel like that's a construction guy thing.
I'd be like, hey Caleb, you know.
You ever use your sock? Is that your what?
Like left or right one? He's like.
I know. Is there everyone wears socks? Because there's not guys that go to work with boots on with no socks.
I'll jack my feet up if I don't wear socks with my boots. It's
okay.
Like you're asking for blisters.
Because I know like the no socks and shoe thing is a thing. So I'm like, construction, is that like an unspoken rule? Like you wear socks?
I mean, it's not like a rule. It's just like you're wearing shoes.
So you probably should put some socks on.
Yeah. So.
That's super funny.
That's how it goes. But we're probably going to wrap things up.
Alrighty.
Things ending pretty well. Reagan, thank you very much for coming on to the show today. If you have anything that's going on, as far as your essential oil business, maybe how to reach your charity, as far as your work that you did in Honduras, just let the people know. Any kind of place where they can follow you, websites, things like that. Just go ahead and let them know.
Yeah, so you can follow my oils Instagram page, which do I say it or do I like?
Yeah. You could say yeah. Go ahead.
Drop it like a bomb.
So it's curls and oils. It's curl oils.
Okay.
So fun. I compare like if I have any fun deals going on, or like what oils I like, or like what I'm using like now, or like whatever. But I just like to share my life also there. I post more on my oils page than like my personal. And then as far as my work in Honduras, they're always looking for people to support the kiddos there, and by supporting them, you sign on to help pay for their school supplies and how to get them to and from church, like with COVID stuff, and how to help pay for their food that they eat, all the fun things, and hospital visits and medication because kids are always breaking something. So I will give Peter that link to put down below.
Fantastic. Yep.
But
Great.
yeah, thanks for having me.
It was
Yeah.
nice meeting you. I
Absolutely.
gotta add her on Facebook.
Yep.
I
Absolutely.
feel like we're good friends now.
Yeah. No. And Sammi J, thank you again for coming on.
Always.
Definitely a clutch and a future co-host. You guys will definitely see her a lot more.
I love it.
Once again, as always, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.